If you're looking to buy a house in the next 3 to 6 months or maybe even a year and you don't know what your mortgage FICO score is or where to find it, stay tuned to this video because I'm going to go through what a mortgage FICO score is, where to find it, and why you need to know what it is. Hey guys, my name is Nova with Making Sense of Debt, where I would like to help you to understand your finances so you can leverage debt and find your way to your financial freedom, whatever that might look like for you. I posted on my TikTok recently about having a mortgage FICO score above 620 to have the best options for finding a mortgage. And a lot of people had lots of questions around what the heck a mortgage FICO score is. So that's why I'm making this video. First of all, it's important for us to know the difference between a FICO score and a vantage score. Your FICO score is what your lenders are going to be looking at primarily. Vantage score is another type of score that's available, but it's not very popular. If you want more details as to what the difference are between those, drop a comment below and let me know that you want more details on what that is. But let's go back to FICO. For your FICO mortgage score, there are different types of FICO scores that lenders are looking at. There's a different FICO score for when you want credit cards. There's a different FICO score for when you're applying for an auto loan. There's a different FICO score for when you're applying for a mortgage. And so if you go into your bank and you think that your credit score that's on your credit karma is what they're looking at, that is not correct. So it's important for you to understand what your mortgage FICO is specifically, because that's how you're going to get qualified. In terms of what that number needs to be, if you're looking to get an FHA mortgage, you want that to be around 580. If you're looking for a conventional loan, then you want that to be around 620 at the minimum. And again, the higher your score is, the better, of course, because that's how you get the best rates. Before we even talk about figuring out what rates you're gonna get, you need to know what your FICO mortgage score is. So there are two ways that you can look into getting that FICO mortgage score. Number one, you can go to a mortgage broker and have them pull that score for you. It will be free. It won't cost you anything. However, you will get a credit inquiry on your credit report. So if you know you're not going to buy until a year out-ish, then you can have someone actually look it up for you so you have an idea. If you don't want to have an inquiry because you perhaps have too many inquiries on your report already, what you can do is look up that score for yourself at myfico.com. Now, you will have to pay for this. You don't have to pay for it on a regular basis. You can pay, pull your report, and then cancel after that. So I personally pay for a subscription every month. And the reason why I do that is because I want to make a major purchase very soon. So I want to monitor what's happening exactly and what's causing my scores to go up and down so that I'm in a good position to get the best rates possible. For most people, you don't need to pay for it the whole year. Just pay for that 1 month and keep it moving. I'm going to walk you through exactly where to sign up, how to do it, and what you're looking for exactly. All right, so what is this My FICO anyway? So FICO stands for Fair Isaac Corporation. It's just called FICO for short. And you go to the website by going to myfico.com. So as you can see here on the landing page, you have a few options for what you can do for subscriptions. There is a basic, which as you can see gives you one specific report, Experian, and updates once a month. We have advanced, which gives you 3 separate bureau reports and updates every 3 months. And Premier, which gives you all 3 credit bureaus and updates every month. You also have an option for a one-time report. As you can see, the one-time report cost for all 3 bureaus is $59, so $60. You can also get one bureau for $20, but honestly, if you're gonna get this, make sure you can just see all 3 bureaus. Now, if you look at the advanced, which gives you 3 bureau coverage and updates every 3 months, this is $30, so I recommend that you just do this and just cancel as opposed to paying full price for that 3 credit report. So just to give you guys a feel of what you actually get when you have an account, I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. I have the Premier, so I get an updated 3 bureau report every single month. I am a little bit OCD. I know, it's totally okay. So we land on our dashboard. You will see that we can see every single one of my credit bureau FICO 8 scores, which is a nice little view here. At the top, you will see dashboard, alerts, scores, reports, simulator, and more. I'm not going to go through all those details today because today my goal is to just show you guys how to get to your mortgage score specifically. So when you are on this landing page that shows your FICO 8 scores, the fastest way to get to your mortgage scores is to actually drop down to where it says view additional FICO versions used in mortgage, auto, and bank card decisions. And that will actually give you a nice quick summary page that'll show you your mortgage scores. So as this is loading, we're going to start off with Equifax. As you can see, this initial view shows my FICO 8 score for Equifax. Now, if you go down and look to your left, 670 is actually my mortgage score. If you scroll down, you see there's a different score for auto, for bank cards, for FICO 9, and every single one of those numbers is different. Here you'll see my TransUnion FICO 8 score. Again, take a look at that mortgage score that you're seeing on the left. And as you can see, this is a huge difference between 653 and 707. This would make a big difference in getting approved in this tight situation right now and getting denied. Again, this is Experian showing as my FICO 8 score. Again, look to that left and look at that mortgage score specifically. That's 628. So for every single one of my scores, when you look at my FICO 8 scores, which is what we usually use for credit cards, and you look at my mortgage score, there is a big difference in what those numbers actually look like. And this is why, guys, it is so important for you to go in and check for your mortgage score before you even think of applying for a mortgage. Now let's go back to that main landing page where you see my FICO 8 scores lined up very nicely. You see the same view as well if you decide to sign up. Another way that you can get to your scores is by going up to that scores tab. And this is just a view that is a little bit more detailed as to what is causing those scores to go up and down, and also a historical view of what those scores have looked like. So this is my Experian dashboard for that more detailed score. So if you can see in that top square, this is like a timeline of my scores. This is from September 2018, which I think is when I first signed up for this. I guess I was at a 612. If you scoot down a little bit below that, you're gonna see FICO 8 ingredients. So we can talk more about this if you want a video that just talks more about like how each specific score metric affects your overall score. We can do that. But this goes into specifically your payment history, your debt amount of new credit, and your credit history. And it just gives details as to how you're faring in each of those departments or sections, if you will. And those all come together like Voltron, to give you that overall FICO score. Over here, you're going to see the things that are specifically causing that score to be high or low, and then an overall credit rating. Below that, you're going to see pretty much that snippet of what we saw in that last view, which is just a quick summary of what your different scores are for this particular credit bureau. So as you can see, FICO 8 over here, mortgage score over here, which is 628 versus 659 for my FICO 8. Below that, you're going to see auto score, FICO 8 for cards, and FICO 9. So if you are just looking at, for example, your Discover card gives you your free FICO score every month. That FICO score is not your mortgage score. So you might be very much surprised if you apply for a mortgage and they tell you that your FICO score is 628 when you thought it was a 659, for example. So this is why, guys, it's very important to check to see what these scores are looking like. So we're going to go ahead and scoot over to the TransUnion scores. Okay, these are the more detailed views. So this, again, the top has that preview over time. If you flip towards the bottom here, that's my overall FICO, which we saw already. That's the mortgage score. And then we have the auto score. I just want you guys to just take a look at these numbers and just see how every single one of those is completely different. The numbers don't correlate. So if I'm applying and I'm thinking I have a 707 score and I'm going to get a great rate, and then the lender pulls my score and it's actually a lower score, that's problematic. If I'm applying for this mortgage and they're looking at my scores and I think, hey, I have a 734 score, I go, and then the lender says, no, you have a 670. That is going to make a huge difference in like what I'm going to qualify for and how much that bank is going to give me. Again, guys, look at every single one of these numbers, vastly different, especially that mortgage score, very, very different. So I highly encourage you guys to go in and check your actual mortgage scores so you are in a better place when you're applying. If you don't know what your baseline is, where you're starting from, it's going to be hard for you to take steps to improve on that score. And so that's why it's really important for you to look up what your FICO mortgage score is before you even decide whether or not you're going to buy a house, right? You don't want to go and apply to a lender when you know you have to move the next 30 days or next 60 days, because you might be shocked with what you actually see for that number. All right, guys, so there you have it. That's how you look up your FICO mortgage score. Again, it's really important for you to understand where you're starting from, because that's the only way you're going to be able to determine what you need to do to get that score higher. If you found this video helpful and you were able to look up your FICO mortgage score and you were surprised by what you saw, please drop me a comment below and let's talk about what you can do to work on that score getting better. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Deuces. See you next time.